Frankie Rodriguez here at Pro Wrestling Blitz at the Cicero Stadium for Hyper Local Live, and I'm here with two WWE legends. I'm talking about...
Don't stutter before you say legends.
I'm not. I'm talking...
legends.
Two members of the greatest legendary families in wrestling of all time, the Colon family and the Guerrero family.
One of them.
I wanted to ask you guys, growing up in the business, is it something you knew you were always going to do?
Oh yeah, for sure. We talked about that today, actually.
Yeah.
You know, when you grow up with a wrestling ring in the backyard, your fate's pretty much sealed. You know.
Did you also have that in your backyard?
I don't know if I had it in my backyard, but I was at the matches every weekend pretty much. So, and like I said, just like Chavo, our world revolves around wrestling.
Right.
Little kid.
Or Puerto Rican stealing too.
Stealing, yeah.
Wrestling stealing.
Hey, live and TV Steel though. That was your moniker.
Exactly.
Wait, growing up, did your families keep wrestling kayfabe where they wanted to make you
Absolutely.
believe it was real?
Yeah.
So we were, we were behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff, but they kept it very. He didn't tell us anything. We found out because we found out. But even though you don't really find, you just knew. You know what? We knew. To me, at least, it was one of those that they never came out and told us, "This is how wrestling works." But just because we were around, so wrestling, we kind of figured it out, and just because you think it's a work, it's to us, it's still real. I mean, some of the urge is still in your feet. And I saw my dad come home with with stitches and in the hospital with percussions, and not being able to get out of bed. So you tell people that it's a work or it's entertainment, but then you see your dad not being able to get out of bed.
Right.
You think otherwise.
Absolutely. Now, your dad, Carlos Colon, he was more of a hardcore type wrestler. Was there ever a moment, Carlito, when you were, worried and concerned about your dad?
Yeah, I was sort of hardcore before hardcore. It was just a style. But I like.
It was hardcore when hardcore wasn't cool.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the term? But I used to see him get beat up, and the next day, I'd see him walking around against high school. For some reason, I guess I thought he was Superman or something. But I guess being a Southern Rose, I was kind of numb to it. I just see him. People would ask me that all the time. Did you give me a word? I said no. I saw him get beat up, and the next day, he was walking around. So I just got used to seeing him get beat up and then beat.
So how did you come up with your gimmick with the actor?
I did a couple of vignettes before I debuted. One of them I spat in a fruit seller's face. His face.
Right.
And, Vince, I think, was the one that liked the idea. And he just wanted me to keep on doing it, and I was happy to oblige.
So, did you ever get a chance to team up with your dad in the ring?
I think maybe once or twice. It was cool because one time I think it was my dad, myself, and Primo were all in one match. So that was
really cool.
Really cool.
And I'm sure you guys talked about that in the bag, hugs, kisses, all sorts of stuff, huh?
No, we were kind of mad because that dad made us do all the work. He was mainly just standing in the corner, but
he's a smart one.
Yeah, he was the smart one.
He came in for the big comeback.
Yeah, the big comeback.
The big toe touch, and next thing you know,
that's
the
it.
finish.
We did everything else.
And then I guess I have to ask you about Eddie. To me, one of the greatest in-ring workers of all time.
Funny that you say that because when Eddie, you guys will remember Eddie coming up from WCW. We all knew that people that were in the know knew that he was a great worker, but he didn't get the respect, and the guys that were above him didn't want to work with him.
Right.
All the times that he struggled and he had to put people over and that kind of stuff. People kind of forgot about that. He just remembered all his great accomplishments. To me, Eddie was always good. He was always awesome. He was always in the ring, busting, and I was able to see him take guys and make them 10 times better than they could when they're sitting in the room. So I always knew his talent and how good he was. And then by him, coming to the and becoming Eddie Guerrero, he just took to him. His in-ring,
It's second to none.
Yeah,
it really wasn't.
It was,
If he had to get heated, if he had to be a baby, he was a great baby. Real quick, do you have a greatest match?
Greatest match?
All of them?
No,
5 stars.
No. There's so many matches that people think, like, hey, which match do you like better with Rey Mysterio? The SummerSlam match or this? Well, sometimes on TV we have a time limit. We have a 15-minute or 8-minute time limit. We're on house shows and we did probably 200 or 300 matches, 1,000 matches that nobody ever saw that we didn't have time limits. We just went 25 25, 30,
Wow.
40 minutes, and no one ever saw except for the people there, and tore the house down. You know, so I could just name different matches with Punk, with Eddie, with Kane, with Benoit. Just went crazy.
How about you? You got a greatest match?
I don't know. I've had so many bad matches. I don't know.
Come on.
Consider good. I don't really have a favorite match that I can point out. You know, just different experiences working with different guys. Is always, you know, have the ability to work with guys that have worked with Dad too. So, you know, I can just say I had a whole bunch of great experiences.
That's cool. My favorite match is a Carlito or the finish. Every match, every new match that I watch when it's over is my favorite match. Like right now, this match tonight is my favorite match. It's finished. It's over.
You know, much like this.
I owe this so bad right now.
Much like this interview. Chavo, thank you for your time. And Carlito, thank you for your time. You've been watching Hyperlocal Live on Frankie Rodriguez, and we'll be right back.